And we're live. And we're live. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word he said, but I always helped him drinking his Coke. You know, he always had a mighty fine Coke. I'm singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. If I was the king of the world, I tell you what I'd do. I'd throw away the cars and the bars and the wars and sing sweet songs to you. Oh yes, I'd sing sweet songs to you. I'm singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. And we're live from Charlotte, North Carolina. So glad you're here. Now, we're live in Charleston, South Carolina. And I was sitting here in the airport realizing I needed a song, and here I am. And that was the one I did when I was in Charlotte last time. Anyway, so glad to have you. I'm Jay Skinner. This is the Buyers and Sellers Show. And I'm sitting at gate B3 of the Charleston International Airport. And this is the beginning of something great. This weekend is going to be the Assertive Selling training and certification event with Jeffrey and Jen Gitomer. You know Jeffrey as the king of sales and author of 16 fantastic books in sales and selling over the last 3 decades. And Jen, his wife, is the New York Sales in a Minute, New York Minute Babe. And she's an author. And together they're going to put this on. It's going to be the best of the best. And I'm just so excited to be here. So those of you that are jumping on, I see people jumping on already or making comments. And I want to see who's on here. Hey, my friend Keith Clark, good to see you. Happy travels. And I'm glad you're here. I hope you can hear me. I'm not in my studio, and I checked the sound, and I think the internet's going well. So I hope it's coming through. Sounds like it may be. And let's see who's here. Doug Wing. Oh my gosh, Doug. Hey, tell Jeffrey hello. Doug Wing, of course, is the former owner of the Little Giant Ladder Company and an author coming out with a new book called The Giver. And it should be out and going now, Doug. So good to see you. And everybody look up The Giver. And let's see who else is here. Joe Williams. Good morning, Jay. Give my best to everyone. Have fun. I will. Absolutely will. So glad you jumped in here. And I see Keith is commenting. He says it sounds good. Fantastic. I'm pretty excited here. I'm looking over my shoulder because I'm waiting for a friend and cohort to come by, and he's coming in from Chicago in gate B1, and so we may have a guest, I don't know or not, but we'll see. Anyway, there's another one. Jerry Eisenhower. This is like old home week. I show up in South Carolina on the internet and everybody shows up. That's great. Jerry Eisenhower, good to see you. Good morning, my friend. And I have the same thing happen with mine, my Facebook user. I have a feeling that those of us that are broadcasting live regularly on multiple channels and multiple Facebook channels, may be some sort of a software problem. So what do you do when you go to the right coast the East Coast, got to go to Dunkin' Donuts. And that's where I got my coffee. And this is like the only place on earth that you can say, I want a large coffee with cream and sugar. And they just put it all in there perfectly. And it tastes great. I drink black coffee. I never drink with cream and sugar except for Dunkin' Donuts. And I've done that for years. So good for that. And I also had a cruller, and they're all gone. I love their crullers. So let's see who else is here. Golly, I just got a great crowd here today. Sharon Skinner Hoffmeister. Now, she's my niece, and she has gone live consecutively for her business, Reveal Products, for 1,122 days. That includes weekends, Christmas, holidays, everything. Building her business, building her following, and really it's become like a family to her. And I'm so proud of you. Keep it up, Sharon. Let's see who else is here. Someone, Facebook user, said, this is in here. This is probably Jerry. Here you need Krispy Kreme. Oh man, you're right about that. And if I see one, I'm going to grab one. You bet I will. Anyway, everyone, just want you to know that this event, we did a video on this with the Gitomers a while back, and you might remember this graphic right here. Discover how to make your easiest, biggest, and most profitable sales. My logo's covered it up. Live with Jeffrey and Jen at this 3-day in-person event. Learn more. Limited seating. It's a small group, but it's a Gitomer sales certification. And the topic is called assertive sales. And one of the things that they're doing here, and I can't wait to see how they're putting it together, is all the psychology of sales and selling that we've learned over the years and how to work with people. You're at risk of being a jerk. And it's like, that's no good. We can't have that. That's not something we want to do. But you must be assertive when you're working with people so they have confidence in you, that you know what you're doing, and that you would be a good, trusted advisor. You've heard that for years. And assertive selling is what we're going to be learning about, how to blend assertiveness, I'm sure, with humility and a touch that people will appreciate and maybe just love and adore. And if you are in the sales business, you have customers that just love you. And they're so glad to be with you. And then if you're a buyer, you know those people that you want to buy from. I mean, you've gone to places and you meet a salesperson, you say, if they only sold something I needed, I would buy it today. That's the kind of person you want to be. And so we're going to learn about that. I'm bringing along 2 associates. One, it will be, this is from Packaging Systems, which is one of my CEO extender customers. Pat Tharp is the CEO there, and I'm working very much like a director of marketing for their company. And I'm touching a lot of other things as well. But Nathan Tegrutenhuis, who's the son of the original founder of Small Quantity Boxes, soon to be called Personalized Packaging Systems. You heard it here. This is probably a first. And don't package naked. You don't want your boxes to go out naked. And also the general manager of their Sheboygan office in Wisconsin is going to be with us. That'd be Brad Reiser. And I'm waiting for him to come in. And if he jumps in, I'm going to have him sit down and say hi. So it looks like there's been some more comments here. Let's see what it says. Let's see. I've got LinkedIn user there. Hi, this is Regina here from Nairobi, Kenya. I love my African following. Listen.
Matthew Lewis Beckman.
There you go, Matthew Lewis Beckman. Go back to security and get your lost item. Anyway, Regina, thank you so much for being here. Very honored to have your presence. Throughout Africa, I've got quite a following. Liberia, where I've traveled. multiple times, and then just it's kind of blossomed from there. And these are entrepreneurs and business owners, and that's kind of cool. A big following in Europe, and then what about the Middle East and my friends in Egypt and Israel? I guess I don't know if you call Egypt the Middle East. Egypt is North Africa, but Israel. And then I even have people that go into Pakistan and India. I mean, I'm really thankful for the people that watch and that watch my videos. And for those of you that might be new today, if you just go to YouTube, you'll see the playlist. You go to @JSkinner, @JAY Skinner on YouTube. That's my handle. It's easy to find me. There's a playlist there of all the buyers and sellers shows for the last 2 years. Lots of different topics, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And just find a topic that you like, or anywhere on LinkedIn, you'll find it there. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Rumble. How about that? It's like everywhere you look, you'll find me. Anyway, let's see if there's any other comments. Look at that. John Godwin says, "Happy Friday, Jay." John, thank you so much for showing up. This is very nice, and I'm glad you're here. Great. So, when we're talking about training, what in the world is a sales guy that's been doing it for a billion years like me, read lots of books, gone to lots of seminars, friends with big time sales guys like Gitomer and who else? Tony Alessandra and you've seen some of the other guys on my show. And I have a successful life sales career of doing it the right way. Why would I go? Because when you stop learning, when you stop doing regular education, then you're beginning kind of that mental dying process. And I want to encourage every one of you. Do you know, I heard this on the radio, 90% of salespeople haven't read even a single sales book or attended a seminar. That's unbelievable. I don't know if that's right or not. But I always talk about, if you want to be in the top 10%, you need to be in a continuous education and re-education and self-improvement mode to try to be better and better and better at helping people buy what they need and want and what you're able to sell to them, and be that consultative sales guy that they want to have around, and that you're like the expert in your field. So what am I? Well, I am the plasticpalletguy.com. theplasticpalletguy.com. 30 years of plastic pallet development worldwide. If you go to see some of these plastic pallets that are out there, my original website, which is now owned by another company, and continued it after we sold twice, was pallets.com. Pallets.com. I was doing that. In 1993, we owned that URL, and a genius guy named Andy Elder was the owner, and he lived in California, and he'd heard about the internet, and he bought that URL. I think when you couldn't, it was free. So that was one of the most traversed URLs on earth for material handling, and probably still is today. And talk about organic search engine results, SEO. We had it in spades, and we continue to develop the product line. And today I continue in my tradition of being available to people who have special projects that they need to have done for their factory, or for closed loop shipping of super heavy duty plastic pallets, especially ones that need to be designed. And believe it or not, it's quite inexpensive. And many times I go ahead and cover the molds, everything. I cover all the development costs just to work with you and make a product. So think about that, theplasticpalletguy.com. That'd be me, thejayskinner.com. How about that? It's all on the same website, just different pages. So you find my site, you'll find me. Let me see if anybody else has commented here. It seems like I got a really good signal here, and that's fantastic. And so now I'm wondering, from those of you that are out there, tell me, what is your favorite sales book or tape or seminar? What is your favorite sales book, tape, or seminar Or if you want to include just say a particular author, tell me who that is. Because this is a continuous education weekend. Let's see what you think and where you get your continuous education. I'm going to show you a book I'm working on right now. I'm looking for some comments. Go ahead and type it in because you know it takes a little time for this stuff to come through. Now, while you're typing, if anybody's typing your favorite book or author related to sales, marketing, and business, let me show you what I'm reading right now. It's called The 6 Types of Working Genius. I mean, write this down, The 6 Types of Working Genius. And you know, I'm real big on the psychology of sales and selling, what makes people tick and how to work with people and be successful. Looks like my internet went down. Hopefully it'll come back up. The deal is that when you do group projects, sometimes they become like a disaster and you don't know why. Other times they go beautifully. And understanding the dynamics of a group and getting a project done that is a multi-person project is key. And so what I'm learning here is that if you have somebody from each one of these types of working genius, and the author is Patrick Lencioni, and I might mention that if you go back to my piece on my show on AmericanEagle.com, the client forum, you'll hear me talk a little bit about this too, because they told me about this. But there is an acronym that surrounds this really wonderful way of looking at things. And it's called WIDGET. I'm going to show it to you here. WIDGET, WIDGET. There you go. Okay, and maybe you saw that. You can look it up. And WIDGET stands for wonder, invention, discernment, galvanizing, enablement, and tenacity. And here's the secret. You can take a little online assessment and find out where your strengths are. And you can have the other people in your group do the same thing. And then you see where they are and you look at the dynamics of the group. And you may find out you got a whole lot of W's and I's, but no G's and T's or something. And now you have a better understanding of why things are not going as well as you hoped. It's that simple. Well, this book is about it. There's information on the internet. And Patrick, I'm looking forward to meeting you. It's going to be great. We're gonna get to know each other. It'll be I can't wait. Anyway, everyone, this has been the Buyers and Sellers Show. I'm going to check and see if I have any additional comments. And I know that it may just be incoming problems with the internet, but I certainly would have heard people talk about Jeffrey Gitomer, the Little Red Book of Selling. How about Napoleon Hill? How about Og Mandino? I mean, how about Dr. Tony Alessandra with Non-Manipulative Selling, and what was his other book? The the rule, the Platinum Rule. And then, of course, I have the Green Rule, which is do for yourself what you're asking others to pay you to do for them. And finally, what's the Silver Rule is do unto your vendors as you want your customers to do unto you. Everyone, what a pleasure. I'm so glad that you came. You know I'm very available. There's my phone number, my email address, j@thejskinner.com. And then, of course, www.thejskinner.com. Get a hold of me. Love to talk to you. If you need a plastic pallet, give me a call. Let's get something going. And with that, we're going to sign off. And I want to thank you again for coming. See you again. Now, interestingly enough, there's a show scheduled for tomorrow morning. It's a replay all about working trade shows. It's like a masterclass. You might want to check it out. Let's get on my system here. But after that, I'll see you next Friday morning, 10:35 a.m. Same time, same channel. Bye now.